and welcome to Psyched for Careers. I am Ryan Martin, and I'm here with Karla Miller from Career Services. So, Karla is Career Services is an incredible resource for students, and I would go so far, and you could, I don't know if you back me up on this or not, but say that it is underutilized by psychology students.
Yes,
okay.
I agree.
so give a sense to students what kinds of things people could use Career Services for.
Okay, Career Services provides, I say, the comprehensive start to finish. So whether you're a student who's not really sure, if you're in the right major or what you exactly want to do with your major, we can help you with that. We have career assessments, we have resources for exploring careers, exploring occupations, majors, and then we take it to that next step of now once you have an idea what you want to do, try to get some experience, volunteering, internships, research, connecting with faculty, and then moving into that full-time search, whether it's a job or a grad school. So we work with students on resume writing, interview skills, networking, so that way students feel comfortable presenting themselves to an employer or a selection committee if they're going to grad school.
Right.
So we have mock interviews, we have events and programs like our job fair. So it's a comprehensive, all majors, freshmen through seniors, as well as recent alumni.
Right. And I think that point is a really good one, freshmen through seniors. That students, so often they think, well, career services is something I will worry about when I'm a senior, or maybe when I'm a junior if I want to be ahead of the game. But I think no, getting involved early, you can use it to help choose your major, you can use it to help, put together a resume, and putting together a resume is not something that I think should happen in your last year. I think you do that in your first year.
Right, because it's something that you can keep developing as you take different classes, have different projects, as you work towards whether even adding your part-time jobs and seeing how that develops. Because the resume you have as a freshman or even a senior high school into freshman year will not be the same resume you have junior, senior year.
And I also would argue too that with a resume, when you put one together, it's a visible representation of the holes. And so the things you need to address. And so you may look at it and say, yikes, I do not have enough relevant experience, or yikes, I don't have enough research experience.
And you made a great point earlier, don't wait till that semester before you graduate, because often that's when students realize I don't have the experience, and then they're scrambling to try to catch up, versus thinking of that sophomore, junior year, then you have plenty of time to work on those experiences.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so let's so I guess before we get to Handshake, which we're going to talk about in a second, tell me a little bit, like if a student wants to get involved, if they're listening right now and they're taking us up on this opportunity, how do they do it?
Okay. Come and see us, because there's different avenues. So it may be the student who's not quite sure what they want to do. Some students will take a baby step and start with volunteering. I think I want to work with kids with autism, but they really don't know if they want to jump right into an internship where it's, I have to do this 10 hours a week over, 3 months, 6 months. So some students will start volunteering.
Okay.
So between Handshake and the Office of Student Life, there's different resources to get connected with those volunteer opportunities. Sometimes faculty, I know, will make those announcements in class as well. And then some students then may take it to that next level of, again, looking at an actual internship, even a part-time job. So for instance, Caravel Autism Help, they offer part-time positions as well as internships. So students have options. And again, based upon their, where they're at in the process, what classes they have. So yeah, so they can start that process sophomore year. And I find in the social services, human services, employers don't necessarily want to wait till you're a senior. Seniors still can do it, but yeah, if you're a sophomore thinking about it, as long as you can show you have that interest in helping people, they usually, like I said, will look at you seriously.
Okay. Take us through Handshake.
Okay. So this is the Career Services website. We have tons of information, and I'll admit more than most people probably will ever need. We'll
put the link down below, by the way,
perfect.
So for people who are wondering how to get there.
Oh, excellent. So for the Handshake system, so some of you may know it was Pro. So we transitioned to a new platform, and this platform is really student focused. So when I log in, you'll see it's very similar to a Facebook, LinkedIn feel. So you can simply go to this logo, And it's not just students. Alumni can register. So if we have any alumni out there, you can register to get an account, no cost. So that first time in, if you're a current student, you can go to this box here, type in your email, which is your UWGB email, and hit next. If you would click on the sign up for an account, it's a very generic screen. You would just click on the student alumni, try my EDU email first. It takes you back to that screen.
All right.
So you're not going to get lost.
Yep.
So I'm going to log in because I do have a fake account, and I'll warn you, you're going to see a different screen initially because I'm an administrator. There we go. And when people are watching, I don't.
Typing is always harder when people
are exactly. And then you will actually set your own password. So again, since I'm logging in as an existing user, I don't need to create it. But it's nice because you'll use your actual. And so I'm going to switch over to my student account. And this is what you would see as a student. So your first time in, the things that'll show up on the screen will vary based upon your interests. So my recommendation is we pull in from the SIS system. So the major might be something you initially had thought about doing. You might need to update that. Up here under my name, you can go to my profile. So I recommend starting with your profile. You can put a picture. This is one I had a studio photo taken here on campus.
Very fancy.
But we do offer a little public service announcement, LinkedIn photos.
Oh.
So each year at the job fair and on our mock interview day, you can come get your photo taken, a professional photo that you can use for LinkedIn, Facebook, Handshake, any other professional things that you would need. So, so just a little promo for that. If worst case you don't have, like I said, one that you can use right now, ask a friend to take a picture against the wall.
Okay.
Please don't put party photos, things you've cropped other people out, or you're hiding the school mascot behind you. So do keep that professional. So you can update in your education, your work experiences, and this is pulled from my resume, so you'll see a lot of info on here. Organizations and extracurricular activities you're involved in, even relevant coursework and projects you've done. So again, to promote those different things related to your major or desired career field. So as you fill out then too, scroll back up, it will tell you, what types of things do you still need to do on your profile, and you can choose what you'd like. Under career interests, this goes much more in depth. My main recommendation is to really focus on, are you looking for a job? What types of jobs you're looking for? It'll even ask about your geographic preferences. So it goes as far as that. But again, you might just focus on, I'm looking at psychology is my major. I'm looking in the areas of community service, human services, counseling, mental health. You can upload a resume. So especially, and if you're looking for a part-time job on campus, maybe you're a new student, you have to pay your way through school, the campus posts all their jobs on here, as well as student employment uses it for part-time jobs off campus and seasonal employment. So it's everything, any job, freshman through senior year. So you can put your resume on here, you just add a new document. Okay. And it is a two-step process. You'll upload the resume, review the PDF, and approve it. Okay, jobs. So the For You will change based upon what you have. So I've been in a lot of classes. I was in some finance classes, so it's showing all this finance jobs for me right now. Jobs. So the job search, if you used Pro previously, things changed a little bit. It's on the left toolbar now. And the main categories, you can filter. I'll show you a filter here shortly. Location, if you do have a preference. For this case, we'll simply use Wisconsin. Ooh, that would be. And it is a national database. Now, we just joined in July. Okay. So we're slowly building our networks. So you may, again, we'll look to see if there's anything in Hawaii. That sounds really good in January. So we'll start with Wisconsin. And then you can set the type. Am I looking for a job or an internship? There's on-campus employment, and you can see actually these different categories here. So let us put an internship. We'll do an internship. I'm not going to select full-time or part-time at this point, but a job function. So this view all. So these categories are what will help narrow it down. So as a psych major, are you looking for an accounting job? Probably not.
I want to be an actuary.
So if you like statistics, well, you have stats.
Yeah.
So that's,
You know, I admit, I actually thought that said archery at first from a distance. I was like, yes, I want to be an archer.
It's like, I wonder how much they get paid. So things that relate more in that field. So you'll see community and social services. Consulting tends to be more businessy, but we have counseling. You will see education, training, teaching and training. So if somebody's maybe looking at working with young kids in some type of educational environment. And then there was one more that I thought might be, fundraising and event management. So if somebody's decided they really don't want to do more the counselor role, but maybe more that fundraising, planning, volunteer recruitment, that might be a category. You can select as many of these as you're looking for. If you're looking at sales, business, etc. So we'll just start with these two. And what it's done is then narrow it down. So there's 13 current internships in the system in Wisconsin in those categories.
Okay.
So then we see that marketing special events intern. So up with, I keep wanting to say up with cancer, up cancer, foundation, new zoo, AmeriCorps, vet services.
Wonderful. Okay.
And then when you look at the position, then you can learn more about it.
Right.
You can favorite it, so it's easy to go back to. And then the apply button, this is where a lot of students have got held up. They look at the bottom. It's actually up here at the top.
Okay. So this is a great resource, and students just need to be doing it.
Yeah.
Great. Any other tips you want to show us?
Sure.
I've got another couple questions for you. But,
you can save the filter, so that way every time you go in, you don't have to, what did I select last time? So you can save the filter, so then when you go in, boom, you can go right to my counseling job search or counseling internship search. Another tip too, so for instance, I mentioned before, let's say somebody's interested, you can do, oops, let me clear my filters actually, sorry about that. If I type in autism, we'll see, okay, it'll look for autism in the title or the organization.
Right.
So if you're looking for behavioral health, something like that. So sometimes students aren't sure what category to select.
Right.
So that's another way you can do it. You can also search for employers. An employer was in one of your classes, you'd like to learn more. So I'll mention Caravel because they've, I know, been in a lot of classes. You might say, hey, what does Caravel have? I can go to employers and search for Caravel. And that way, and the jobs they have open appear in the left or right column here.
Okay.
And last but not least, my last promo is events. One more thing.
No, that's
so
good,
for the
I wanted to
job
ask you about
fairs, workshops, so we also promote, employers will contact saying, hey, we're having an off-campus job fair. We're having an info table, info session. Grad schools come to visit us to promote their counseling programs, mental health programs, as well as others. You can simply go to upcoming events and see what's going to be on campus.
That was one of my questions for you, was how do people learn about the upcoming events you all put on?
So we do send out emails, so I know that you get slammed with emails, students, so we try to keep those to a minimum. But yeah, by looking simply in that upcoming events, you can then find, you can do a search. I recommend students look at the upcoming events. They can see everything because it's not tons of stuff. The fair search then is where the job fair would show up. So this system separated the fairs from the events.
Okay.
So yeah, and if you wanted to favorite something, the calendar will show you what's coming up for the next month, 2 months, beyond.
Super. Where are you all located?
We are in the Student Services Building, SS 1600.
Okay.
So there's the big GBOS admissions register area. We're just around the corner.
Okay.
So you can pop in. We do recommend students make an appointment. That way we have the time to sit down with you so you're not interrupted. If we're working with, if we're working with other students, you don't get interrupted. We do offer drop-ins.
Okay.
Someone who maybe has a resume, it's been critiqued, they just updated it and want a quick 5-10 minute look. Drop-ins are Tuesdays from 1 to 3 and Wednesdays from 9 to 11.
Great.
So we do offer those as an option. But it's best to call. You usually can get in within a day or two. We don't do same day just based on our schedules.
Yep, I get that.
So yeah, we tend to get busy right before job fair and right before students start scheduling classes. So try to plan ahead, but if you can't, we have 3 staff. Our director, Linda Peacock-Landrum, and then my colleague, Steve Newton, is our career development specialist. So he teaches the career development class.
Right.
If you're a person who's maybe kind of still struggling a little bit with your decision making, the career planning class might be an option. It's 1 credit they meet once a week.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you so
Excellent.
much, Karla,
Well, thank
for
you.
coming in. This is great.
Excellent.
We really appreciate it. Career services, tons of opportunities. Take advantage of it.
Thank you.